So I'm going to prove to y'all in this video how if any drug in the world that you can think of, attention has become the biggest drug in America easily over the past 10 years. And not only is attention the biggest drug in the world, or at least the biggest drug in this country, I would even go as far to say that attention was either the number 1 or the number 2 contributor as to why Big U and all the other gang members that was just arrested by the feds yesterday, I would argue that attention was the biggest thing that led to their arrest.
I got more than you got squabbles in the hood and homies. Yeah, those than you got squabbles in the set. On the hood, hey, I got. Can you give us like at least 2 names from your put on and what block? I ain't never seen you at no meeting at Hyde Park, Horseman, or at 54th. When did you get put on?
When did
you get put on? I got put on in 2002. I got put out in 2002, Eileen Street at June House. What's up? Yeah, dead homie. So when you get put on?
No, you haven't, bro. You been in
man, cuz Billy was a part of my put on. Dave was a part of my put on. Oh, the dead homies. My first name was Baby Wild. He's an Izzy turned East Coast. That was the third squabble. Who did you squabble, gang?
Everybody.
Who? You didn't squabble everybody. You would have went home stuff.
Shut your
You didn't go. Hey, you come up here with 30. None of them was from 60s.
You ain't
Now, if you all remember many years ago, when the Nipsey Hussle hit, which is what I'm going to call it, a hit. When the Nipsey Hussle hit happened, the story that we were being fed, the public was being fed, was that the guy Eric Holder took out Nipsey Hussle as a result of Nipsey Hussle apparently or allegedly calling Eric Holder a snitch and telling him that he couldn't come around the neighborhood. And that led to Eric Holder leaving, coming back, and getting a pow-pow and Nipsey Hussle in the middle of their neighborhood in front of Nipsey Hussle's store. Well, that was until this guy by the name of Loose Cannon went onto the No Jumper podcast and had what in my opinion, this very chilling and very creepy story to share about this phone call he received almost an hour before Nipsey Hussle passed away.
We were doing a TV show like a while back, right? And I'm on a phone, he FaceTimed me. So he FaceTimed me and stuff like that. He was like, Nipsey just got, I'm like, 6 I didn't hear that. So I hang up with him. I called Nipsey. I'm like, Nipsey, what's up? He was like, oh, what's up with it?
He answered.
He answered the phone. And I was like, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that.
Did you tell him the call you just got? You didn't even mention it.
I didn't mention it. And that's what fucked, because my cousin is Nipsey baby mama. You get what I'm saying? So it was like, I could have probably stopped it. I was listening. So after I talked to Nipsey, and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that. I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung the phone. I thought, Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just Nipsey. And so I'm like,
wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got.
Yeah.
You hadn't called Nip. Nip answered the phone.
Yep. And
you
like just talking regular. So it's like at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because
you don't even warn him that you got that call from dude.
No, because their relationship was so. It'd be like it'd be hot one minute, it'd be cold the next minute, and it'd be lukewarm. Like
30 minutes after you get out the phone with Nip, he.
Yeah, I got it.
So you think he hit you a little too early?
Yep, he hit me a little bit too early. But the homies know. So it's like, it's not like I'm saying something that they don't know.
If you want to go and check out that entire video, I would really, really recommend it. I'm not joking. In my opinion, it's the best video on this channel, and that says a lot. There's a reason I shared that story. Because Loose Cannon is one of the people that was arrested yesterday with Big U. So why would a gang member, a confirmed, affiliated, certified gang member that's in the same gang allegedly as Big U, from what I understand, and if I'm wrong about that, y'all correct me, why would this man go onto a national podcast or an international podcast and No Jumper and share these details with a fellow gang member, about a fellow gang member? Because if that's not incriminating, I don't know what it is. And just to make sure we all on the same page, let's look at the charges of what Big U specifically is being charged of. The biggest thing that he's being charged of is murder. He is suspected in the 2021 of an aspiring rap musician associated with his record label. The artist was allegedly murdered after producing a defamatory song about Henley. So this artist that was this up-and-coming artist that was apparently signed to Big U's record label, I guess they had some sort of falling out. The guy ended up dropping a diss record towards Big U, and then this guy was allegedly unalived in Las Vegas and was later found, and apparently they're saying that they found Big U's DNA, I guess, under this guy's fingernails, right? Another thing that he's been accused of is human trafficking. They're saying that Big U was involved in human trafficking operations, exploiting individuals for labor and sexual services. Extortion. Authorities allege that Big U used his gang affiliations to intimidate and extort businesses and individuals across Los Angeles, including professional athletes and musicians, demanding payments for protection and other illicit services. Drug trafficking. The enterprise purportedly engaged in the distribution of controlled substances, contributing to the gang's revenue streams. Fraud and embezzlement. Big U allegedly embezzled donations from Developing Options, which we'll get into in a second, an anti-gang charity he founded, diverting funds for personal use in fraudulent activities. Robbery and illegal gambling. The enterprise is accused of orchestrating robberies and operating illegal gambling ventures. I just want to interrupt for just a sec to say, first of all, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you're new to the show, please know we're thirsty to grow and to drink some of this warm water with lemon. You can help us out by liking this video and subscribing to the channel. But don't worry, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to hit that like button for me. Thank you. Please follow us on our other socials as well. Thank you for your support. And one of the biggest reasons I wanted to talk about this is because I originally wanted to start the video off by saying, this is why I don't like black culture. But I'm like, I'm going to just save face because I get it. This is a subculture of black culture. Or this is not black culture. This is gang culture. White people the Italians don't consider the mafia as part of their culture. Hispanics don't consider the cartel as part of their, I get it. I get it. My problem is that a lot of black folks celebrate this stuff and uplift these people in our community, but I guess that's a story for another video. I'll stick to the facts of the case here. One of the biggest reasons I wanted to talk about this is because I want you to imagine, again, he has to be found guilty. I get it. He hasn't been convicted yet. He's just been charged. But listen, if the feds come for you, 9 times out of 10, not only are you guilty, but you're going to be found guilty, statistically speaking. So I think it's safe for me to just assume that this man is probably guilty of at least some of the stuff that he's been accused of. And I want you all to consider something. If you are involved in any criminal activity, not that I'm trying to give any criminal any route or any leeway or any path to escaping their crimes, but I would just imagine if you are involved in this stuff and it's involving celebrities and people being unalived who have family members and loved ones, I would just imagine that you stay out of the limelight. Like, why are you going on to not just podcasts, but you interviewing Quando Rondo, which, by the way, I will get into that later in the video. They're saying that some people are saying that this what just happened with Big U them could be affiliated and tied to the murder for hire case that Lil Durk is currently fighting that happened in California. But we'll get to that. I would just imagine if you were involved in any of this stuff or even affiliated with people that's involved in any of this stuff, you would stay out of the bright lights. But instead, you going into the Breakfast Club, you going into No Jumper, you starting your own podcast series, and you got a large social media following, which, by the way, you hopped online right before you turned yourself in to talk to the fans and pulled the race card.
This is my last video before I turn myself in. I'm with my family, talk to my sons, I talk to every man. I'm just saying, going to deal with this fight, see what it is. I just want y'all to know, all this stuff is quagmire. This shit is all bull crap. I just need y'all prayers. I need y'all to, I don't even know what to say. I'm 21 years, elevated my family, come back, sit in here and write and do what I need to do until I can come back home. People are supposed to help me. I hope you help me. You can't, you don't worry about it. A lot of stuff y'all hearing is straight trash. And I appreciate the love and I appreciate the people who've been helping me. I don't know. It's hard helping black people and not being hunted for doing it.
First Street, it might be to, I don't know if it's to the right or the left.
Reach out to anybody who can help me, y'all.
You hear me?
Help my own family. Appreciate y'all. Go. I'm looking at this video as I come in to turn myself in, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option, or I used Developing Option as a front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills for my family, the money I made from as an employee for Developing Option. I never mixed that with nothing. I didn't manipulate nobody. I didn't steal nothing. We did PPP loans. We did 2 loans, and that's it, just like everybody else did. I didn't use no fraud. I didn't give none of fake names. And one of them we was paying back and one they forgave. You know what I mean? And the other one we attempted for and they didn't give us nothing for it. I filed my taxes and them coming around telling me I was using Developing Option as a cover. Cover for what? None of that's gonna be true. None of that's gonna be true. The government putting this big ass picture, they gonna arrest 21 dudes. Some dudes I don't even talk to. I don't even know nothing about. So how the hell you gonna lump me in with all them? But it's all the big picture though. It's all the big picture. Now I'm gonna be sitting in here. It's gonna be years on my life. then you going to get dudes who I don't even talk to. What they gonna say? You ruining people's lives. I heard it's over 21 people that's been arrested. This shit wrong. It is what it is. Church, just pray for me. Pray for me, pray for my family. And you look at what we did. You look at what I did. I've been home 21 years. It ain't over though. That's what it's not. Blessings. I'm looking at all these charges on the news. I'm headed back to LA. And then I'm looking at the people they arrested. How you gonna go arrest people that I don't even talk to? That's a built-in liar right there. You know what I mean? That's how they gonna work the case? Everybody know I don't fuck with Kenny. Everybody know I don't fuck with Brick. So if you want to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turning against me. I ain't going for that. You might as well go get 600 and whack. These dudes been saying I did shit all year. So what they doing is they go on the internet and these dudes say that I did shit on the internet. Then when you say I did on the internet, they go investigate it. Now you raiding my houses, raiding my shops, raiding all this stuff, and talking about I'm committing crimes and covering up with developing option. What crimes am I committing to cover up with developing option? You know what I'm saying? I ain't committed no crimes and covered nothing up with developing option. This shit crazy. But this how they get you. They get one or two people to say something. Ain't gonna be no real evidence. Ain't gonna be no real nothing. It's gonna be a repeater thug. It's gonna be a bunch of people in jail for a bunch of different crimes that don't have nothing to do with me. They finna lump all of us up and say it's all around the 60s. Watch and see. We just seen it with Thug. I'm finna experience the same thing out here. I knew it was coming. Annie on there saying all this stuff to assassinate my character. All right, man, just pray for me.
Because innocent black men who have previous gang ties aren't just randomly and falsely being accused and arrested. I just refuse to believe that. Do I believe that there have been black men that's been falsely arrested for things? Sure. But I don't think Big U is one of them. Blaming Whack 100 and blaming these other folks, bro, if you was involved in it, it's your fault. And putting yourself in this limelight and being a part of public beefs don't help, bro. But I want to get into something else too, because this is the most evil part to me. Outside of the person being unalived, this is the most evil part. It's the nonprofit that this dude started. Because he apparently started a nonprofit some years ago called Developing Options. And this is supposed to be some anti-gang intervention organization. But they're saying that this dude used his ties, used his status to start a nonprofit as a front, to pretend like he was really for this, that he was really against the gang culture. But not only was he lying about it and using this as a front, but they're saying that this dude was misusing the nonprofit funds and maintaining gang ties while operating the organization, right? Some people go as far to say he leveraged his nonprofit status for financial and personal gain. Federal investigations have further raised concerns about whether the organization was used as a front for illegal activities. This is an organization, y'all, where he literally worked with the police. He worked with the LAPD and city officials to support crime reduction efforts, gang intervention, partner with local authorities and community leaders to mediate conflicts between rival gangs and reduce street violence, youth programs where he provided mentorship, scholarships, and career opportunities for young people in South Los Angeles, community engagement, organized events, sports programs, and outreach initiatives to promote peace and stability in gang-affected areas. Imagine being this person on paper. This person is the way you present yourself, but behind the scenes, everybody know, oh, this dude is really still about that life. That's evil, bro. To be presenting yourself as somebody who has already done time in federal penitentiary, has done his time, earned his stripes, so to speak, in the streets. You back out. That's another level of evil to me. Another level of evil. To get on and present yourself as this calm, trustworthy person. You people are snakes, bro. Y'all some of the most evil people in the world, bro. Because imagine the kids. It's like seeing a pastor and you really believing that the pastor is really about that life, and then you maybe walk into his office one day and see something you weren't supposed to see with him and one of the female church members, or maybe you went over to his house and with your family members, and then you realize like, oh, pastor out here smoking and getting drunk, and it'll do something to you because it'll make you think, well, maybe God isn't really the way. If you have lived the gang life, went to prison, now you present yourself as somebody who's learned their lesson and you realize the dangers of being in the streets, and you're trying to teach the kids otherwise, but then they realize like, oh, he's still in the streets, so clearly there can't be anything wrong with it. You're the ultimate hypocrite that confuses the masses worse than just normal gang members. And then to make it even worse, they're saying that this could potentially be tied back to the murder for hire case that Lil Durk is facing right now, because other people that's been arrested, such as Loose Cannon, and you got Brick Baby, who's another apparently high-ranking gang member that took a permanent position on a podcast talking about attention. Bro, if you're involved or even affiliated with people who like this, is it really worth it to just get thousands of views? Like, you getting people to talk about you when you putting your freedom at risk? Is it really worth it? That's really what I'm coming to. Like, I'm just trying to understand that. I would think that you would stay out of the way. But these people want to be famous. These people want to be affiliated. They want to be tied in. They want to be linked up. They want the followers. They want the views. They want to be monetized for criminal activity. Like, make it make sense. But, you know, Brick Baby had ties. He's publicly talked about his ties to Lil Durk, and he's seen on camera and in the studio with Lil Durk. And even went on camera and talked about if Lil Durk really slid for Vaughn and all this other stuff. And they're saying that it could potentially be tied back to Lil Durk. Which, speaking of Lil Durk, they're saying that this dude is about to drop an album where he's like, it seems like Lil Durk is monetizing the fact that he in the feds, that he locked up. And it just makes me wonder, bro, if all of this stuff is a ploy to sell more albums for these people, that being Lil Durk. Because I would imagine if you facing real criminal charges, you talking about murder for hire charges, I would imagine that you would be solely focused on that. Not releasing music and trying to capitalize on the moment. It makes me feel like, bro, all of this stuff is a gimmick. He's going to get out at some point because they're going to find some loophole, or the defense or the prosecution is going to mess up or have some sort of mishap. I don't know, bro. I stay out of the streets. Stay out of the streets, especially young black men. If you don't take anything from this video, stay out the streets, please. And I understand it's easier said than done, especially if that's all you raised around. Your uncle, your daddy, your cousins, everybody in the streets around you. We make it look good. We're looking at the handshakes. We're looking at what's glorified in the music. And you got the change, you got the money, you got the women, you got the lifestyle. But they're not really telling you what's going on out here, bro. They're not really telling you how the politics really work out here. And it's not worth it in the end. And you're seeing it's not worth it. Some of the biggest that y'all care about, all of them getting arrested. The biggest rappers, the biggest gang members, the biggest steppers. Stay out the streets, bro. Straight up. Y'all hop in the comment section to give me y'all thoughts on this situation, on this crazy situation. And as always, I'll keep y'all updated as the case progresses. I'm Demetrius. I go by DD Band. That's all for this one. Until next time. Peace. So that's 12.
Oh, yeah. Diddy got a podcast.